You're listening to Empire of Rust, the world's first and only Transformers RPG podcast. Join the heroes of Icon as they defend Cybertronian civilization from the remnants of Cybertron First to Lord Starscream's egotistical leadership, and beyond to the unknown threats on the other side of distant stars.
Welcome back to Empire of Rust. This is Empire of Rust number 67, a number that I have absolutely no relation to at all. Who knew? Pat, you got anything for a 67? Anything interesting facts about it?
Is it Prime?
I'm trying to, it might be.
Nope.
2, 3, 5, 7, no, yeah, already there. It's like Civ Veristosthenes up to the square root, so. Actually, you don't even have to go to 11, because it's less than 69, and that's 8-something, you know? So yes, Prime.
So that's it? No other interesting facts about 67?
Not off the top of my head. I mean, I could look something up if you really want me to, but...
You're a math major. I thought you had those stuff just, like, rolling off the top of your head.
I've been thinking that about math a lot lately, so it atrophies.
Well, speaking of 67, guess what? We just leveled from 6 to 7.
Hey! Oh! There you go.
Clever.
We didn't talk about it at the end of last episode because I thought it would be kind of weird to mention, well, Sweet Spot's dead, and, oh, you just leveled up. So, you know what? We waited, and it was a good idea.
So conflicted.
Except Matt is crying now, so it's okay. It's okay. Don't worry, Matt. It's okay. If Adam isn't crying about Sweet Spot, then you don't need to. So let's talk about level 7. Who wants to go first? Matt, we'll go with you.
Ooh.
What does a level 7 Magnum and Pythagoras look like?
Pythagoras isn't leveling because he only levels every other level. And I pushed him up several levels using feats, but I didn't do that this time.
Yes, I was wondering if you were going to get that high.
I have to keep pouring feats in if I want him to keep up. And I think it's going to get, like, geometrically harder as time goes by. But I took another level in Headmaster, and I took a feat called Alternate Alt Mode Enhancement.
Ooh.
Which basically boosts your alt form in a lot of different ways depending on what it is. For structures, it allows you to treat yourself as 2 levels higher for however many bays you have. That means I get a new bay, and I'm getting a repair bay.
Oh.
Very nice. What can you do with the repair bay, aside from repair things?
Well, you sort of let the cat out of the bag right there. It's actually
Took the wind right out of his sails.
It's actually for repairing bots is what it's for. So it heals hit points easily is what it does. You know, and it has a really cool fusion. It has a really cool command center synergy maneuver that it can do if you have a shield generator, I think, and a repair bay.
Which you do.
Yeah. Once a day. It's worth the price of admission on its own. Frankly, if you have both of those once a day, you can restore all stamina to any bots inside the building.
That's nice. That's very nice.
That's
Instantly?
sexy.
But it's a once-a-day thing, so...
Yeah. And the other one lets you, like 2d8 or 3d8 hit points every round. You can heal people if they're inside. You know, so.
Can that be done instantly, like Adam just asked? Or is it like they gain back stamina by being inside of you? Because if it's
that's instant.
The stamina thing is?
The stamina thing is instant, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's a synergy ability. You need two bays to use it, to do it. But yeah, there's a couple other ones I have, like the sensor bay and the shield generator. It lets me expand how wide the shield generator is, like once in a while, that sort of thing.
Yeah, we didn't talk about synergy abilities too much when we did the rebuild at level 6. So when you take different bays, like different expansion bays, the command center will allow you to kind of interact the two together in new and unique ways. So depending on kind of which way you want to build your character, you can just pick two, similarly themed expansions and get some really neat abilities and generally more powerful abilities but of course they are more limited in how often you can use them.
Yeah, like the Repair Bay and Sensor Bay, as a move action, I can reveal any weaknesses, vulnerabilities, and special properties of a creature. You can identify their alt mode and number of modes. And the Repair Bay and Shield Generator, I already said. The Shield Generator and Sensor Array increase the range of the shield generated by 5 feet, which I don't know how long that lasts, so if I ever do it, we'd have to discuss it.
Sure thing.
So, and that's about it, other than a couple of very minor numerical increases. So, you know.
What about you, Mike? What's a Wild Strike doing? Did you take that scientist dip?
Yeah, exactly. Of course I didn't do that.
Soldier Scientist.
Yeah. I have a class ability and a feat that kind of work together.
Ooh.
For my class ability, I took Rushing Charge, which allows me to make a charge without penalty and increases my collision damage from D4s to D6s.
Yes. I love the Russian charge. It's magnificent.
And for the feat, I took Vehicle Charging, which allows me to charge in my alt mode, change to my bot mode as part of the attack, and deal double damage.
Wait, what?
I can start off the charge as my alt mode, end it in my bot mode, and deal double damage on the attack.
So what? So now, not only is it increased to D6s,
Well, that's
But now
collision
you're-
damage.
That's the collision damage. The charging thing is just for the attack after the charge.
Oh, okay. So you're like jetting towards somebody and you turn into an axe attack.
Yeah, exactly. That glaive is going to be nice.
Yeah, it will be.
What about Carapace? What's Carapace looking like?
Carapace is actually taking a dip into Soldier, ironically.
Ooh.
So, I mean, like standard, they're very similar to the Load Bearer, like same base attack bonus, like, you know, that kind of thing, fortitude saves. But I actually get a even slightly faster armor boost, which is only happens if you actually dip into Soldier. But I actually also have a synergy from the things that I took. So when you're a soldier, you have to take a fighting stance. And so mine is Stalwart, which means that I can... I gain a +2 bonus on any combat maneuvers that I make, and I can make 1 additional attack of opportunity per round, which, with the fact that I have reach, is actually a really big deal. But then my actual class ability that I gained is called Brawler, and that says that I gain a +1 bonus on attacks when making combat maneuvers, which stacks with the Stalwart ability. But if I have the Stalwart ability once per day, I can actually roll twice and take the better result on that combat maneuver, which is pretty amazing. And I also gained 2 feats because I'm both level 7 and I'm a first level soldier, which gives you a bonus feat, so that's pretty awesome. And I took what are these things called? Sorry.
Ankles?
Angles?
Ankles? You got 2 feet, so I assume there's ankles that go with it.
Right, true. Sorry. I took multi-shooting, finally. So when I do a multiple attack, I can actually make 3 attacks as opposed to just 2.
Oh.
Which is pretty awesome.
There we go.
And I took Snapshot, which means that I threaten with my ranged weapons. So I can both make attack of opportunities with them, and those attacks of opportunities with the ranged weapon do not provoke attacks of opportunity, even though it's a ranged weapon. So I'm very dangerous as far as shooting. But if something actually does get up and close with me, now I can do all sorts of cool combat maneuvers and knock them around and stuff like that. So it's pretty exciting.
That's nifty. That is nifty.
You're very dangerous over short distances.
Yes, I am. And I just say no. I have 98 stamina points now.
Good Lord, that's more than double mine.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's the reason we didn't find much of Sweet Spot left. You ate him.
Yeah, he got crushed to red mist, and I just snorted that shit up.
Nothing goes to waste.
So this is going to be interesting. This is going to be very interesting.
Yeah.
Hey, Adam, you want to talk about anything? Now you're dead, aren't you?
Yeah.
Dead? You're not
Dead.
dead.
Deadsky.
You're not dead. I believe. You can't be dead.
Magnum, shoot him.
Okay, Rumi gets it. Nobody else apparently.
I get it. I got it right here. And I got it right here. And I got some over there.
Remember, we can't see you.
A little bit up there. I know. Just use your imagination. I'm everywhere.
Use your imagination and a trash bag.
Well, after the bad news of last episode, what do you guys want to do? Where do you want to go here? So you've pretty much you've confirmed that Sweet Spot is no more, and yeah, you don't know what happened with the bombing, who caused that. Wildstrike has a little bit of a clue, but yeah, what do you guys want to do?
Vengeance. I did a chemical analysis of his remains, and do we have a spark casing or a memory module or a transformation cog?
No on all three of those. You find enough material there to feel like it is Sweet Spot, but you don't find a spark casing, no T-cog, and no brain module.
Ah, jeez.
They are you do know they're very delicate pieces, so it is possible that they're just fragments at this point.
I can't even glue them back together without those pieces.
I mean, to be fair, like proportionately, as like the arm that I have lost is more mass than what he's lost. Like, he might be not pretty, like he looks like he's all like scraped up and skinned and stuff like that, but you know what? Again, we're pretty able to fix that. So, I don't believe he's dead. Just saying.
Well, you got a necromancer among you over here, so you can just, fit some stuff inside the casing and just
like
make a new Sweet Spot, right?
Bring him back!
Animated skin. Ugh.
Well, I'll do count analysis because try to figure out what was the explosive. If there's a specific kind of explosive that we recognize.
The bang type.
And because that's gonna be an investigation. We need to go find someone and beat them up.
I want you to give me a physical science check. You can also try a survival check if you want some different information.
I can't do that.
I can do survival.
Right.
Am I still missing an arm at this point?
Yeah, you weren't able to locate it. You're just going to have to get it fabricated.
Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. But I'm doing a survival check for you. Okay. And that is an 11, so that is a 23.
23 on survival. All right. Based on your kind of knowledge of the layout of the cultural ministry and where you were standing, you are able to locate the exact position of where you think the bomb went off.
So, Sweet Spot's lap.
Sweet Spot's lap, sure. Yeah, he did a lap around the bomb.
His ego finally burst.
I knew it had something to do with laps.
For physical science, I got a 19. Not
A
very good.
19.
Hold the 2 there.
Not good at all. Well, with the 19, you actually get the same information that the carapace is able to figure out. You can figure out from the blast pattern exactly where the bomb was. But with the 19, you are not able to get anything more than that. You can, however, cross-reference the where you believe the location is with a map of the cultural ministry, so you can at least figure out what was in there. It was an art gallery for paintings on like oil paintings on canvas. It's like the weirdest thing you've ever seen.
There wasn't like a sculpture called Fat Man. or little boy?
Nope.
All right, well, I'll have to check with the other people who are looking into this, because they'll probably find out more than me.
What's Wild Strike up to?
Waiting in the craft workplace for word on Nyko.
The Krankenhaus?
Yes.
So, you believe from what Cortex said that he is out of danger. He's not awake at the moment, but like I said, he's out of the danger zone, and he will make a full recovery. It'll take some time.
Okay.
You feel that if you did want to leave him for a little while, it is safe to do so.
I'll inform Cortex to get in touch with me as soon as he knows anything else.
Okay.
Do you want to leave someone else there to guard, though? Because we're still trying to protect him from murderers. If you wanted to do something else, one of us could watch instead.
I will try to contact Magnum.
Yes. Hello.
So it looks like Nyka's going to recover, but it's just waiting for him to wake up.
Excellent.
Now.
Good job.
I can't do anything else here. Well, where are you guys?
We're at the rubble. Unfortunately, we've found lots of bits of Sweet Spot, and they're starting to think that he's no more, but I'm not sure, because it's pretty unfortunate. So,
all right. And Legionnaire?
Legionnaire is recovering fine. He's actually on the way to the hospital, so he's probably going to be near you soon. He's not in any danger at this point. If you have something to do you need someone to keep an eye on Nyko?
No, I don't think there'll be any further attacks.
Oh, really? Why do you say that?
Just a hunch.
All right. Hold.
I'll meet up with you guys. I'll head down there.
So I don't plan on planting another bomb. What?
What?
I only have the one.
There can only be one.
Is Windblade still on Cybertron?
Oh, yeah.
Right, so...
She is one of the people running for head of Cybertron.
All right. So
Same as our former candidate, Sweet Spot.
Yeah. So at this point, there's no way to go meet her in person.
No.
All right. Well, I'll wait till Wild Strike gets over to us to tell us the information. Probably better to say it in person. And I guess I'd gather as much of Sweet Spot as I can, put it in a big, hefty bag. Yeah, are we talking Ziploc or trash bag here?
Trash bag.
Okay.
Like one of the big, couple gallon size ones. You were hoping for Ziploc, weren't you?
Yeah, because
Hefty cinch sack.
Half the listening audience won't recognize that.
I know.
as old the age that we're at, they're probably not going to recognize a lot of stuff.
Look it up, kids.
And I will start doing an analysis on the bits, and I guess Pythagoras is still going to try to figure out how to put them back together, even if we don't think that there's going to be anything left to find to put back together, as that's just what he does.
It takes you probably about 10, 15 minutes, Wild Strike, to get out of the building, transform, and get back to the ministry site to meet up with your friends, but Magnum and Carapace are already over there. Legionnaire is heading over to the Krankenhaus. I know you said you don't need anyone to guard Nyko, but if you did want to, you can always give him a call and let him know. Adam.
Yes?
You're wandering up to the ministry. You're kind of staying by the shadows over there, and you see 3 familiar bots all gathered together. It's the people you're looking for.
Hey.
All
Well, all right then.
all standing in front of you.
I will look left, look right, make sure no one else is around, and I'll start creeping up from the shadows.
This is how you get shot.
The first picture I'm sharing with you here is the form you see approaching. It's a bear. A big bear.
The bear.
A bear. Big fucking bear.
So we can see him? You're not hiding?
Nope, not hiding. I come out from the shadows, and when I'm about halfway between the shadows and you guys, I will actually transform into the second form, which is a female transformer. So she looks like a thin android, basically. Has spiky tufts of fur coming out from her backside, kind of like makes a crownish halo around her back. And she has, of course, her bear claws are kind of linked to her form. So she's got these huge Wolverine-like claws sticking out from the ends of her hands.
Are they fingertips or are they like Wolverine?
Yeah, they're like knucklebacks.
Okay.
Guys, Magnum will rub his eyes. I think I'm getting tired, but was there a bear here a second ago?
Aye, there was.
Good day, ma'am.
Can we help you?
Gentlebots, if I may be so bold, are you Carapace?
Most of him.
Yeah.
I just wanted to be sure because, descriptions that I've heard of you have more arms than what you have.
Yeah, it's a recent building fell on us yesterday. Or earlier today, I guess.
So I've heard. You seem to be faring pretty well there. Oh, I have something for you. And she'll come over and reach into her backside there. Don't ask. And she'll up and slam him right in the jaw. And I'm going to make an attack for you.
Okay.
Because it's not automatic.
Yep.
Slamming Carapace?
Slamming Carapace right in the jaw.
Ooh.
I knew this was coming. Like I was ready for it. That's okay.
And I come and try to wallop him right in the face with a 16 for the attack roll, as he's not expecting it.
Flat-footed?
Is it a claw to the face or is it like a slap?
It's a slap. It's a bit of a punch there.
Okay.
You might take some claws just because it's all part to me.
Sure.
Bong.
Am I flat-footed?
Yeah. Not that
Okay.
it matters.
Yeah, it's not gonna matter.
All right, so that's a miss then.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
And I'll just stand there after you dodge it and say, well, Rex says hello. I didn't think you'd be able to dodge that, but well done.
I am going to liberate my weapon.
And why
Put that
would,
away. I'm not a child.
Why would Rex send you to punch me in the face?
He said that's how you like to be greeted. Is it not?
No, but coming from Rex,
that
that
does
makes
sound
sense.
like Rex.
Yeah.
That totally sounds
All
like
right,
Rex.
that checks out a bit. You're not attacking
What are-
us.
What are the names of his companions?
Oh, it's Laser, Blazer, Grazer, Taser, Mazer, Phaser, and Luke. He's new.
Okay.
Luke spelled with a Z. It's silent.
Yes. Luke Zer. Anyway, I came upon him back on Eucharis there, and he told me all about you and how you've got a little grudge against Starscream. And I would really like to get in on some of that, if it's all the same to you. Aren't there supposed to be more of you here?
Yeah.
Wild Strike, I've heard lots about you.
Yeah, but, I have something to tell you guys about that, too. But, preferably in private.
You know, it's not all about you, Magnum.
I would say it's not about you, but I don't know who you are. So maybe it is about you. How am I supposed to know?
My name's Denizen.
Nice to meet you, ma'am.
Denizen.
He'll sort of duck, cower when he says hi.
Just so you don't get punched.
Yeah, because she'll lay me out. I mean,
Don't worry. Don't plan on getting anywhere near you.
I've heard that so many times.
Rex is doing okay.
Aye, he is. He was a little concerned about you. Haven't checked in with him for a while. So I told him I'd say hello for him. And that's when he gave me the heads up how you liked to be greeted. And, is this Wild Strike here?
Aye.
Well, Wild Strike, I've heard a lot about you.
I guess I am. I haven't heard much about you.
You'll notice that she also has, like, a really large Decepticon emblem on her chest. Like, much larger than most.
So she's a Decepticon.
You can't help but notice, Wild Strike, that it's bigger than yours.
It's not the size that counts.
I keep telling yourself that.
So you
Damn
have,
it, Wild Strike, her eyes are up there.
You have a grudge against Starscream, huh?
I do. A bloody bastard left me to rot on Earth.
Who in the verse don't?
That's what I'm thinking. I mean, I come back to Cybertron after almost 3,000 years, and come to find my man Megatron has gone in off the world there. It's on some sort of holy mission or whatnot. Leaving Starscream in charge. Bastard left me to rot, he did.
Starscream or Megatron?
No, Starscream's my man.
Your man?
Sorry, Megatron's my man. Starscream is the bastard.
And how'd you make your way here?
Well, I crash landed in Ireland, although I didn't know it was Ireland at the time. It came to be. And this was 3,000 years ago when we were on this scouting mission. We were all... there was 5 or 6 of us in my group, and we all split up to take a different continent, just to check out the lay of the land, check out what the local wildlife was like, and whatnot. And my transmitter got damaged when I landed, so I wasn't able to contact them, tell them where I was. I told them I was heading toward an island when I was on re-entry there. And so when the mission was all set to be finished, I couldn't get back to them, couldn't contact them. And I heard afterwards when I checked out and got back here that they had looked for me on the island that became known as England. So they were close, but they didn't quite find me. And then they left me behind. And when they got back to Cybertron, Starscream reassigned them for the war effort. Didn't even give a second thought to coming back for me. No rescue mission. Nothing.
That's a really sad story. And what is it that you want? Like, you just want to get back at Starscream?
Yeah, I heard you have a way to take him out of power. I think that's his whole problem. He's got too much power.
And Rex told you that?
Rex said you had something over him. Some sort of evidence.
Sense motive. Mad sense motive. Oh, I'm awful at this. God damn it.
Just assist me, sense motive, because I was going to roll one.
I cannot. I failed.
Okay. In that case.
I'm going to have a talk with Rex when I see him next.
I couldn't keep him. Couldn't keep him quiet. I could. He just blathered on and on and on.
Yeah, he does get a bit chatty. Ever since I taught him how to talk, he won't shut up.
Yep. He told me all about all of you. Oh, by the way, where's Sweet Spot? Can't wait to get a taste of his tires. Rex just went on and on about his tires. Had nothing bad to say. He's tired mad he is. He asked me if I could bring him back some.
Well,
I've actually sent him some, but that's okay.
I got 23 for sense of motive.
Oh, I'm not going to roll a bluff because I'm not bluffing.
He's lying. He's totally bluffing. He's totally rolling a bluff.
Everything seems to be on the up and up with it, so seems like she's telling the truth.
I'll send a radio communication to these two. We really need to talk about a message I just got before we talk to her anymore, I think.
Okay.
Not sure. I think it ties in.
You're talking about Carapace and Wildstrike?
Yes.
Okay. If you want to just rudely push Denizen aside, you can do that.
Can you excuse us for one moment?
Yes, pardon us, ma'am.
Of course.
We'll be right back.
Aye. I'll be right over here.
Can you bear to be alone?
Aye. But the jokes I really can't stand.
I know how you feel. I barely can stand them as well.
All right, come with me, guys. Just pardon us, ma'am.
Yeah, this is getting unbearable.
Magda will put his hand on his chest, his hat on his chest, and hold his hat to his heart, like, "Pardon us, ma'am. I deeply apologize. We'll be right back." Get over here.
Don't pretend to have manners, you slag.
Wow. I'll grab both their ears and drag them away around the corner. All right. I'll set up a white noise generator around us, so if I can, and so it'd be very hard to hear into us, and I will disable our communicators. So in case
It's okay. I'm a black bear. White noise generator don't affect me. You go right ahead.
Damn it. Nope, not a polar bear. I just got a message from Windblade. Besides the condolences, and she offers to help us if we need her, she believes Starscream has a hand in this explosion. I don't know how obvious that was to you guys or not, but it certainly fits in, since it's his political opponent, but she didn't give me any evidence, but unfortunately we can't talk to her directly right now without going back to Cybertron.
Could you remind me who Windblade is?
Windblade is one of the leaders of Caminus, I believe, who is also running for Prime Minister of Cybertron, I believe. Is that right, Mike?
Yep, she's one of the two representatives of Caminus to the Council of Worlds, the Cybertronian Confederation, and she is one of the people in the running. She was actually running against Sweet Spot there.
Well, they're all running against each other, aren't they?
Yeah.
That's normal. And she also said that the other candidates are probably going to try to get our support with probably bribes or offers or anything, including Starscream.
Are they? Has word spread of his death all the way to Cybertron already?
Yeah,
That seems fast. Either that, or they're assuming it when it happened. You know, it's like, hey, we're gonna tell you tomorrow's news today. You know, because we actually make the news. You know, but that seems like we don't know he's dead.
Circuit was here covering the circuit reporter there. He was here covering the court case, so he was already on scene, kind of.
I mean, it's rudely fast, but
Yeah.
but it's not impossible.
Well, she was very polite, but yeah. She was very polite, really, about it. But no doubt she's watching out for her. Windblade was, yeah.
Okay.
It was, but no doubt she's looking to her campaign too. And this is just another reason Starscream is going to be more of a problem to us, I think, if he's blowing us up. Especially since we're on a mission for him.
Like, I'm just wondering what Windblade has that she believes Starscream is.
She didn't give us any particulars, and said she didn't want to talk about it over the communication, so to speak. I mean, I could read the message if you guys want to make it clearer.
I mean, as much as a douche as Starscream is, like, why do it like this? Like, there are so many other ways that he could have killed us. Like, why blow up a building and kill hundreds of people? Maybe I'm not seeing the political...
Well, we also have to consider Windblade might be trying to split us apart.
Oh, of course, but I mean, let's assume let's assume it's for a moment that's not the case. Let's assume that she's right. Like, why would this seems just like a grandiose and an excessive way to get rid of Sweet Spot. I mean,
it actually is the perfect way to sabotage relations between Cybertron and Scarvix.
So you think Sweet Spot was maybe a bonus?
Yeah.
Hey, Denizen, we asked you to step back.
Yeah. Sorry, that was Adam. That was Adam the player.
I'm teasing.
And we reacted just like Sweet Spot was here. Like, I'm even hearing his voice, man. I miss him.
If Sweet Spot were here, he would say,
Denizen, I want you to make a perception check.
Okay.
Magnum's got like a black sock on his hand and is just talking. Sweet Spot's still with me, man.
All right.
We need to find out more about this when we get back.
Yeah. All right. What about this? I think we should keep an eye on this other lady who came in because she seems to be.
She could be an ally.
Well, Denizen got 17 for perception.
17 for perception, and
All right.
Magnum, I want you to roll effectively a caster level check. So your level, roll a d20 and add your level.
Oh boy, I rolled a 1. 8.
So Denizen, you're kind of watching these three, and you hear this kind of like white noise. It's kind of static start, but then it just kind of tapers off after a little while, as if like no one was paying attention to it. So what everyone is saying over here, you can hear them. You can hear what they're talking about.
It's actually just Magnum hissing, but he stops whenever he has to listen to somebody else or speak. So all our silences are covered up, but that's it.
That's great.
He's distraught. He's forgot how
So
sound
I can't
works.
hear any of the silence.
Yep.
All right. Well, I'll just listen in to be, kind of in on it. They haven't asked me to move any further away.
No, we're just.
I mean, is it
careful?
I mean, is she like 5 feet away? I mean, like I was going to say, like, why don't we just say, like, hey, we'll call you tomorrow. Like, we got some shit to talk about. Like, I don't like this lady hanging around us, regardless of whether or not Rex told her to punch me in the face.
Still,
I mean, I think we can trust her because of that.
Okay, so if I send somebody just to tell randomly on another planet to punch you in the face, that's automatic trust? No, come on.
No, it's from Rex. Rex to you.
Anyway, I think we just sort of went around the corner because I was so eager to tell these guys what I had heard.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I wouldn't have waited. That's all right.
She could be a good ally, or she could be a spy. I think we should keep her close and keep an eye on her.
Right, I still don't want her to hear what I'm about to say, though.
Yeah, but you don't know that.
You don't?
Magnum's got the white noise set up and everything else.
But I mean, the white noise isn't setting the DC for the listen check. Like, if we're just far away, it's hard to hear what we're saying. Like, I mean, it's like she has to beat the DC by 10 to hear talking, and if we're, like, that should be, like, adding on to it. Like, anyway, whatever. She's going to hear what we're going to say. Fuck it. I don't give a shit. Okay. I also received messages from other people that were running against Sweet Spot. So...
Oh. They're really not wasting their time.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I'm like, it's almost tacky.
They are politicians. We're like best friends with the major candidate, so... And very high profile, so I wouldn't be surprised that other candidates are going to try to get us in their camp. Or get us into their enemy's camp, depending on their opinion.
Do you guys... Who is Lord Scourge?
He is the one of the kind of territorial rulers on Eucharis.
I lived in his land, right?
Exactly. You and Rex both lived in his land, and he is one of the candidates for ruler of Cybertron.
Okay. He asks me to join him and kind of pulled on the whole warrior cord. But then so did Depth Charge, who's the leader of the Wave Walkers. And they offered to pay me like 1 million Shaniks to endorse him. So, and apparently a seat in the government if I wanted such a thing, which I don't.
Tell him to give you a $500,000 retainer.
Oh, yeah,
think about it.
Clearly, but it's just like, I'm just curious now if all of us have received such a thing.
Nobody contacted me for an endorsement.
I guess. Oh, that's unfortunate.
I only got that one message that I told you guys about. She didn't ask me to join her.
But they both asked for my endorsement.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And apparently I'm somebody that they can stand being around for more than 2 astroseconds. So...
These must be curious people.
Yeah.
Alright, I guess I'll go back to Denizen. Pardon for the delay, ma'am.
Why are you even talking to me? I really am disgusted with you, Magnum.
What did I ever do to you? That I don't...
You didn't do anything to me. It's what you've been doing to that poor Wayne.
I thought that was private.
Yeah, I bet you did.
What are you talking about, lady?
Preying on an innocent Wayne like that.
What?
You should be ashamed of yourself.
I think I'm gonna go recharge. My brain isn't working properly anymore.
What has Rex been telling her about you?
Digging for 8 hours will do it to you, man. Jeez.
Digging for 8 hours. Is that what you're calling it, eh?
Listen, lady. If you're trying to be crazy enough to join our group, well, I guess you're doing well. But I don't have time for it right now.
You do realize that Pythagoras is older than Magnum, and that he built him. He's his head. It's a symbiosis. You know that, right?
I had enough of this. He's just going to transform and let Pythagoras talk to her. I think, Madam, your friend's been telling tales.
Oh, look at the Wayne. Oh, isn't he cute? You are adorable. You don't have to suffer at his hands anymore.
I never see his hands. I'm his head.
Okay, thank you for telling us how you feel. Politely fuck off, and we're gonna go and live out the rest of our lives. Thank you. Goodbye. And let's go.
I will.
They can't shut me
change
out.
back and turn to follow.
Rex said you'd take me in.
I'm sorry. I have to go.
Wait for me.
Wild Strike? What?
Surely you see the benefit here?
Perhaps.
Right then. I'll follow you then.
We got work to do here. If you help us, then maybe you can tag along.
It's fine by me. I mean, I've been looking for you for quite some time now.
Is there like some sort of weird like Decepticon hypnosis thing going on here? What the fuck?
No, I haven't had to use that for quite a while.
We could use extra hands to help here.
Huh? How fortunate. I have extra hands.
What can she do?
What do you need, Dan? I can do just...
I need you to answer the question honestly. How's that?
Well, if you're going to go and get philosophical about it...
No, I'm not getting philosophical. Practical. Answer.
I'm a brawler. Frontline man. Woman.
Okay. I'm respecting you a little more.
I thought you might say that. I also have a few things I've learned from the Haymans I've spent time with in Ireland. Have you ever heard of the Druids?
What's a Heyman?
The Jades?
The Druids?
Culture check?
Go for it. Sure.
Well, that was a natural 1, so... That's a 9.
Wild Strike got 14.
Well done.
Carapace, you're not quite certain. Wild Strike, you at least understand the concept. You know, they're like effectively like mystics. They seem to have kind of weird powers, things that are beyond what a typical person could do.
You know, they're mystics. They're formers of magic and understand the powers of nature. Basically, what they've tapped into, what they think is magic, is the universal laws of energy and matter conversion. And they showed it to me.
Okay, I knew I smelled crazy. Okay, got it. Makes more sense now.
So what, you say you can tap into this power?
I can. Aye.
Got a 30 for the culture check.
Damn.
Yeah, Magnum should definitely know about druids and, earth culture.
Oh yeah, Magnum. You know all about that. I'm sure you've seen documentaries or kind of like History Channel stuff while you're up on Junkion. So yeah, you understand completely. They're effectively like magic humans that can kind of control nature. You've never seen a Cybertronian do it before, but yeah.
All right, I know what you're talking about, lady, but that was a long time ago. Does it work? Does it still work? There's no trees around here.
Carapace, if it would do you any good, I could fix up your eye. Just take me a moment, if I'll.
What do you mean you'll fix it up?
Aye, with the conversion, matter and energy, I can restore it to what it once was. Seeing is believing, after all. And you need 2 eyes for that.
You see this magic as a good thing, and I see it as a corrupting force. So if it's all the same, I'd rather you not touch me.
All right, puff off then. Who needs ya?
Thank you. Best thing I've heard all night.
I can just feel Patrick getting more and more pissed.
I mean, you know my history. I fucking hate these people. They're always trying to influence fate and tell us what to do, and you're a creature of prophecy. Fuck all of that.
Wait. Someone said you're a creature of prophecy?
A lot of someone's, yeah. They wouldn't shut up about it my whole fucking life.
What would it take for us to explain our proper relationship?
Diplomacy check?
A diplomacy check probably would be the way to do it. Assuming you don't have a problem with that there, Adam?
I don't.
Alright, how about this? Like, ma'am, Pythagoras will talk to her. Ma'am, I'm willing to hang out with you a bit, and we can chat, and maybe you can tell me what you're all about here. While
stoop down to
gets some rest. And I can hopefully give you a clear view on, how my friend, and just friend, or pal, or, partner in crime, so to speak, have our relationship here. Would that work out for you?
Aye. Didn't you just have a trial or something?
We did. Yeah, I can tell you about that if you want.
Aye. So maybe not the partner in crime analogy there?
Well put. Quite. I should at least wait till I get off planet side before that kind of analogy.
Aye. With bombs bursting here and there?
Yeah. So, Pythagoras will go... if you guys want to go hang out and take a rest, he'll hang out with her and get her story, and... because he's very interested in the druid thing, so... If she's claiming there's a druid thing, I know it's really old, so... There might be more to this. So he is intrigued. So...
I'm gonna go talk to the wee man over here.
Yeah, let's have a chat.
All right, Pythagoras, go ahead and give me a diplomacy check then. Let's do this.
That is a 24.
So yeah, you can spend some time kind of talking over and explaining kind of what the relationship is between a headmaster and his body, and kind of explaining your history with Magnum and how you helped him out and everything.
So, you see, we work really well together and we're a team, you know. That's how things are.
And it's 100% mutual?
Oh, definitely. You know, I mean, if we ever needed to, we'd probably split up permanently if we needed to in the future. You know, sometimes people go their other separate ways. Think of it almost like siblings in a lot of ways. So,
I can see that, yeah.
His brain is in his chest somewhere, actually.
That's a bit fucked up when you think about it.
I agree with that. But he does alright.
Well,
but I mean,
he bothers me all the same. Not you too much. I mean, you're not going to get any bigger, but you just remind me of the Wayans you do.
That's alright. You'll get used to it. Just think of me as a mini-con or something.
I haven't had too much contact with them. Are they all like you?
Oh, they're not, but just an analogy. They're bigger than me.
Oh. Well, some butts are bigger than others then. As it goes.
Well, you
Oh,
know,
God, they are, aren't they?
I like big butts.
Aye, that's no lie.
I bet the others can't deny it either.
Why would they? When some bot walks by with a, itty bitty waist.
And if it's in your face, you know.
Aye. Sometimes you get sprung.
What were we talking about here?
All right, here's what I want you guys to do. So it takes a little while to convince Denizen of your good intent and to kind of get to know her. And you still have the matter of the bombing to look into. So what I want you to do is I want you to give me a couple of skill checks here. You can pick either computers. Computer, culture, and sense motive. And we'll say that over the course of the evening, and as you're communicating with the Steelhaven and kind of questioning witnesses, you're able to put a couple of things together to kind of help figure out where this all came from.
All right, I can do computers. Do you want us to do all of them or just one of them?
You can do all or any or none, whichever way you want to handle it.
I can do computers and culture. Anyone can assist me.
Computers, I do not aid. Culture, I actually add 4. And sense motive.
I add 4 with culture.
And sense motive, I also add 4 because I rolled a 19. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to do that.
Nicely done.
Okay, let's start with computers. So it's 31.
31 on computers. Okay. So you speak to the comm officer on the Steelhaven, and they found that there was a transmission that went from Scarvix to the Citadel on Cybertron. Now, the Citadel is Starscream's palace, effectively. It's where he sits in government. The other ministers would have offices there as well, but for the most part, he uses that as like his main, the main presidential palace kind of thing. So the Steelhaven was able to track a transmission that went to there. Now that same location, like the same place here on Scarvix, received a transmission from somewhere else, from a relay station off near Teonia, about 20 minutes or so after it was sent out. So it's reasonable of you to assume that it was probably a return signal bounced through many relay stations.
Do we know what was in the transmission?
Nope, you do not know what was in it. You just know that they were able to track a signal that ended up going to Cybertron. They were able to track it to there because the unique like destination signature. And with a 31, you do recognize that the destination signature is specifically to Starscream's office, like not directly to like him specifically, but to his department, it would be like the office of the president, effectively.
Now, could we track down the location that it was sent from on Scarvix?
Yes, you can. And I want you to give me an engineering check for that one.
So that is a 22.
22? Let's see. It came from an office within the high court that you guys were in.
Oh, jeez. Is that idiot that got arrested at the end of the trial?
Considering that he was arrested, you don't think it was him. The culture check. So what was your result on culture?
So I'm starting with 37, but I think I have so that's 41, and I think Wild Strike.
Yeah, +4.
So 45.
Whenever I set up skill checks, I really like setting up like tiered DC, so you get something with something, something with a little bit more, something a bit more. The max on this one was 25.
Okay. Well, I did get a 20 and had 2 people helping me quite well.
Hey, you should probably, check out our skills from time to time.
Well, now that you've leveled up, I think I need to.
Hey.
Okay, so with a 45 on culture, you can determine that there is only a handful of people on Scarvix that would benefit from discrediting you. Reutengins and his descendant seems to be the obvious ones. Alexia Gins was at the party last night, and she spent the night avoiding you. The prosecutor's reputation, Alonia, her reputation has suffered from the loss, and you figure out that she wasn't so much a skilled practicing attorney. She was more of a political appointee, which might, as you're kind of looking through it and thinking about it, might explain why she just wasn't as skilled as you expected.
Okay, well, that worked in our favor.
So you think that of anyone in Scarvix, those are probably the 3 people who actually have a real motive to want to see you dead or want to see you discredited.
So Reutengins and what was the other lady's?
Alexia Gins was his descendant. She is the head of the Ministry of Culture, like the museum part where all the artifacts are stored. She's the one who got that job because he was able to force out the previous one.
So he's in jail, but she's still working.
Yep,
and
she is still currently the head of it. And like I said, she was at the party too because
it's her place. It sounds like, right? I mean, Minister of Culture, museum, art gallery.
Exactly.
All right.
And then Prosecutor Alonia was the other one.
And she's just annoyed because we won. All right. And then the last one is a sense motive.
Yep. Sense motive.
I added a pair to you.
Thank you. So that is 5 plus 4 and plus 2 from Adam. So that's 31 for sense motive. Unless you did something Wild Strike.
No, not for sense motive.
31.
All right. 31's not as great as that 45, but still respectable. So as you think back on last night, you can figure out that Prosecutor Alonia was avoiding all of you, but she did have an interaction with Sweet Spot towards the end of the night. You're not certain what was said between them, but like I said, she was avoiding all of you for most of the evening. And even though it was a loss, it's not really it's not culturally appropriate for her to just be ignoring the guests of the state here. So something seems a bit suspicious about that behavior. It seems like she was intentionally trying to stay away from you guys as much as possible.
Who is this?
Prosecutor Alonia.
Of course.
Was she staying away from the explodey bit?
Actually, now that you know that the bomb was in that particular room, you can remember that she went nowhere near that room. Whereas you think Alexia Gins might have wandered the entire ministry as going through it.
So either he knew exactly when it was going to go off, or didn't know.
Yeah. All right.
I'm assuming she was unharmed in the explosion?
Both of them were unharmed.
Okay.
Although Alexia Gins has kind of lost her shit after the bombing, though, because, well, her museum was destroyed.
Right.
Yeah.
And with that sense motive, I'll give you that too. That the all of the statements and everything that she said so far has seemed honest and true to form.
So it's either her great-granddad or the prosecutor. All right. Well, I'll have the Steelhaven do a background check on the prosecutor, and I will contact the where Reutengen's being held and see if he's had any communication.
Okay. The Steelhaven can run a culture check for you on that one. Sorry, what was the first? Sorry, I already forgot it. What was the first question you asked? But
I was going to have them do a background check on the prosecutor to see if she has any history with, other than politics. Like, oh, she used to manufacture bombs until she was 30.
all right.
That's such a young age for a transformer. Unless she was an organic.
She's an organic.
Well, then it's probably a bit mid-age then.
Hard to say. Some of these organics live a long time.
Aye, they do. For them.
So the Steelhaven contacts you back with a background check for Prosecutor Alonia. And although there's no criminal record to her, her caseload seems kind of oddly specific. She has a lot of cases that involve like bombings or explosives for some reason. Whether it's like homemade explosives, small acts of terrorism, just like people putting like a pipe bomb in a mailbox kind of thing. It's just more than is typical for a prosecutor.
The local news said that there wasn't that much a bombing going on until these lads come about. So maybe it's just, she's lazy. Well, if she knows that caseload is going to be light and she doesn't want to work that hard.
Well, it seems like it's going to be a lot of paperwork for this one. Have them check into any people that maybe she was able to successfully defend against any of these charges.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Like former clients that do explodey things that might owe her.
Certainly. And it looks like a surprising amount of her cases end up getting like settled or just charges dropped due to either a technicality, and there's a couple of rumors here and there that the judge was bribed or someone was bribed to make evidence disappear. Nothing proven, of course, just kind of rumors floating around here and there. But yeah, there are a bunch of people who were successfully had their charges dropped or the cases just dismissed outright that most people think were actually guilty. And she's the one who got them off.
Aye, she's definitely lazy.
Yeah.
Can't be bothered to put in the work.
I guess easy to change money for change hands. Well, then, I think I'll just stop talking. I can't speak. I guess that's a lot of leads there, so I don't know. I mean, I don't know if we can pass that on to the local constabulary or...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you absolutely can. So here's the question. You still have that lead kind of pointing to Teonia that you haven't talked about. I mean, when it comes down to it, you can pass the information off to the locals on here, and you might even be able to get a bit of an in with Administrator Stanzamt, because he ruled over your case, and you might be able to even get some of the evidence over to him. But in the end, you don't believe that you're really going to be able to chase these people down or anything, because as you heard on the last episode, there's a bit of anti-Cybertronian sentiment kind of coming about right now. It might even be due because of the just these people just kind of talking bad about you. If that's the right way to put it.
At a very fundamental level, yes.
So here are your options here. So you can get the evidence over to the local police, and again, maybe even some of the representatives in the government that you've come in contact with. You have a lead to follow up, leading into Teonia, which is kind of where you were planning on going anyway. And public sentiment is kind of turning against Cybertronians at this point, so you think it's probably a good idea to not hang around this planet for very long.
Wow, we have to leave the shithole garbage planet. Oh no.
Sarcastic Pat's the best Pat.
Yeah. It sounds like a good plan, guys. I don't know. Just give Stanzan our information, because maybe he'll deal with it a little more fairly.
Sure.
And go on to our next mission and investigate the communication at the same time.
Right. I mean, I'm not a Cybertronian, so I don't really care. Even if I was a Cybertronian, I still wouldn't care. So
exactly.
More interested in who blew up Sweet Spot.
Right, and
that is a bit fucked up.
That is a thing, admittedly, but I also don't believe he's dead. I think he stepped out of time. That's how fast he moves.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if he surprises us.
Most of the leads that you've picked up on that respect has kind of led back to Starscream, which I don't think you quite feel you can really take down that easily just yet.
Oh, please. Lock me in a room with him. It's over.
Us in the rain.
I personally think that it was Sweet Spot who did this. This is a whole elaborate plan for him to kind of reveal the weaknesses of all of his possible enemies.
Well, that was a bit of a dick move if he didn't include his friends on the planning of it.
Yeah, he's a manipulator. Of course he would do it.
And killed 60 people in the process.
Aye.
He's got a dark side, or he doesn't understand chemistry. He's just like, this will make a bunch of smoke and it'll be cool. Boom! Oh, someone misplaced the decimal point. Sorry,
I always do that.
What we don't realize is that hole in the ceiling is actually where he went. And he's actually on the other side of the city somewhere.
With
With
Hookerbot 3000,
He put himself into orbit, he did.
Yeah.
3,000. Oof, that's a downgrade.
Was it 9?
9, yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry.
9.
No, you're fine. It's a cheap one,
You get 3 for the price of 1.
We'll do that. We will give our information to our pal in the courts, and then head on to the Steelhaven and go about our business to the next clue, and just keep an ear out.
There's the next clue to take down Starscream, is it?
Well, if he's responsible for this big explosion, that would be, I would say so.
I think it's better than a fair chance that it was him.
We're definitely heading in that direction. It might wind a little bit, but we're heading in that direction.
You guys contact the Steelhaven, and it comes in for a landing. The 4 of you head over there, and I imagine you contact Legionnaire and tell him that their ship is coming down, and that you guys need to get out of here before things get a little bit too rough for Cybertronians. He will pick up Nyko on his way, And he will, Nyko's still unconscious, unfortunately, but he will bring him to the ship, and, you will jump on board and take off towards Teonia. And we'll see you next time.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's nothing better than putting a backwater planet in your rear view.
I'll nudge Wildstrike there. You see the size of this fucking ship here?
What the hell is she doing here? Who agreed to bring her?
I'm sorry, we were just chatting and the door closed.
Hey.
Okay, when I'm getting my arm put back on, I ordered these leg augmentations. I want to wake up with those in me. Just saying.
All right. Give her a chance, and I'll put those on you. And I'll use some still special engineering magic on them for you.
The instructions are upside down there. You're looking at.
The instructions are in Yukaran.
There's
a lot more references to stabbing than you would find normally in your normal instruction manual.
I can translate that for you.
Yeah, I think I'm going to need you to put them on. Where'd you get these Carapace?
I can help with some of the stabbing.
Didn't I warn you about ordering? Yes, thank you. I did warn you about ordering things, off market brands.
I buy only the best. That's all I'm saying. This is we leveled up and we're allowed to buy equipment, and this was my augmentation, but we're actually doing it. So, however that happens, I can now walk faster.
From the Secret Files of Teletran 1, Empire of Rust is written and GM'd by Michael Ordway. Headmaster Magnum and his partner Pythagoras are played by Matthew G. Denizen, the mysterious druid, is played by Adam H.U. The Decepticon warrior, Wildstrike, is played by Mike M. And Carapace, the beast soldier of primitive Eucharis, is played by Patrick Finn. Additional characters are played by Michael and Cassandra Ordway. Empire of Rust is supported by the humans and networks of planet Earth, whose online networks provide access to libraries of sound effects and music, such as Storyblocks, Zasplat, Blue Zone, and Dark Fantasy Studios. We are distributed by the Transmissions Podcast Network. Stay up to date with all the latest news and reviews in the world of the Transformers by going to transmissionspodcast.com or searching for the Transmissions in your podcast app of choice. You can communicate with the heroes of Iacon by joining us on the Transmissions Discord channel. There you can discuss episodes, talk to the cast, and download the rule set used in the Empire of Rust. Teletran 1, signing off.